Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here to give you a TNA review. Currently, right now, SmackDown's on, so I have to get this review up, upload it, watch the WrestleMania Fallout, which it shouldn't take me that long, and then I have to watch SmackDown. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna kind of make this video fast so I can get all that stuff done. So this TNA happened on April 17th, 2014. We get Taz and Mike Tenay on commentary, and Eric Young comes out, and he talks about how happy he is to be the world champion, how he had to fight, how he had to scratch and claw his way up to the championship, and he says like he's gonna be a fighting champion. He's not gonna be a paper champion. He's not gonna be a champion for just himself. He's gonna be a champion for each and every one of the fans. And then Dixie Carter comes out and she talks about how he has to represent her. She has to her and him are gonna travel together, and he makes a joke saying he needs a vomit bag because he'll be sick. He makes jokes about it, and they both go back and forth, and she wants him to represent her as a champion. He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to be a paper champion like Magnus was. So then Bully Ray comes out and says that this is his moment. Ruining his moment. He had to scratch and claw his way up, and then Bully Ray has the fans say nah 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 nah, hey goodbye to Dixie Carter, and then she leaves, and then everybody just has a nice moment after that. It was a pretty good segment. I liked it. And then we get Velvet Sky with Angelina Love versus Madison Rayne in a street fight. Very good street fight. Velvet Sky and Madison Rayne don't even go to the ring. Velvet Sky grabs a kendo stick and waits for Madison Rayne to come out to do her entrance, but of course she attacks her from behind, and Madison Rayne ends up beating the crap out of Velvet Sky, and then eventually she tries to bring both members of the Beautiful People in the ring, but they hang her up on the top rope, and then Velvet Sky uses a cookie sheet to the back of Madison Rayne, and she's just the Beautiful People are dominating her. At one point, Velvet Sky throws Madison Rayne into the steel steps, and then she goes to grab a trash can and use it on her, but Madison Rayne moves out of the way, and she hits a big boot, her foot throwing a trash can in her face, and just goes off on her with the trash can. And then Madison Rayne throws it at Angelina Love, but she misses. And then she goes to spear Velvet Sky, but Angelina Love hits her in the back with a kendo stick. Goes to hit her with her again, but Madison Rayne pulls the rope down, and she gets out of the ring, and then spears Velvet Sky for the win, and that was the match. I thought it was a very good fight, and it was really well done. And then Eric Young and Bully Ray is backstage, and he congratulates he thanks him for his moment, and says, "Did you meet everything you said?" Because Bully Ray also got like a Eric Young chant going. He really put over him, and Bully Ray says he's gonna go to New York, because that's where he would spend his money for the strip clubs, as he talked about when Dixie Carter spent the money. And then Abyss comes up and says that you brought the real monster out of me, and he wants to face Eric Young for the world championship. And Eric Young accepts, and he wants it to be a Monsters Ball match. And Abyss is like, you have no idea what you got yourself into. And then MVP is in the ring, and he cuts a promo talking about Eric Young winning the world title, and he talks about Samoa Joe saying how he didn't want to be there, and he talks about the history in the Indies, and then he says that he hasn't returned any of his calls, and then Austin Aries comes out, who we haven't seen in 6 weeks, he even said, and he's upset by this. He says he didn't give me any opportunities. He said you want me to. He said you wanted me. He talked about his term motivate, validate, and participate. And he says, I don't need any motivation. The only motivation that I got was sitting on my ass for 6 weeks. And then he talks about Who's making the video? Okay. He talks about how he's validating his point, how he should be on the lost in the main event scene, and he's gonna participate with MVP right now. He wants to be because MVP says he didn't put when he gave him his opportunity, he blew it. He stabbed him in the back, and he's not giving him any more opportunities. So Austin Aries wants to fight MVP. It's calling MVP like a street thug. So MVP wants to fight Austin Aries. They get ready to fight, and Austin Aries is like, "You want to fight? You want to fight? We'll do it next week." And then he leaves, and then that's how that segment ended. So we get Austin Aries versus MVP next week, which I think is a very it's gonna be I think a good match. I like both guys. And then we get the bromance, which is Jesse Goddard and Robbie E. With Zima Ion, and they're defending the World Tag Team Championships against the Wolves, which is Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. The match was okay. I was kind of enjoying the match. It was a decent tag team match. And then the Wolves hit one of the Wolves hits the splash on I think it was Robbie E. And I thought they were gonna finally win the tag belts, but that damn Zima Ion gets in and hits him with a laptop, so the bromance retained because you can't. That's a disqualification, and of course you can't win the titles by DQ. At Sacrifice, I think they're gonna finally have a tag team title match, and it's gonna be no holds barred, and the Wolves will finally win the tag team titles. I hope, because I'm sick of this. This is getting old. Willow's backstage, and he's talking about Rockstar Spud and Ethan Carter III, which they were backstage too, and EC3 got Rockstar Spud all hyped up for its match against Jeff Hardy. Well, Willow. And Willow ends up saying how he just said a bunch of crazy stuff. I don't really know what he said. Let me get Rockstar Spud and Ethan Carter III versus Willow. Match wasn't really anything great. It was okay. Willow wins with the twist of fate and gets the win. And then afterwards, EC3 attacks Willow, and he's just about to put him in that leg hold that Kurt Angle that he did to Kurt Angle, and then Kurt Angle returns, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting Bobby Lashley, which actually was Bobby Lashley's purpose in TNA. He hasn't really done anything, but he comes out and they have like a face-off, and EC3's all like, well, act like he like seen a ghost, and he German suplexes EC3, and then afterwards, when it comes back on the break, he says he's gonna destroy EC3, how he's a Hall of Famer, his career's over when he wants it to be, and he's gonna get his hands on EC3, and he's gonna break his arm, his leg, everything, and he won't be leaving in a stretcher, he'll be leaving in a body bag. Bobby Roode interview, because he's gonna have an open tables match challenge. He talks about how he's like the master of the tables matches. He wants anybody from the roster except for Bully Ray, because he wants Bully Ray to watch and face him in to come face him in the tables match. And then we get Sonata video package. He talks about his sacrifices to wrestling and how important this is to him, because he wants to prove everybody right. He wants to go out there and do whatever he can to win because right now the X Division Championships is passport, I guess, to the United States. It's in Japanese, so that's what I got from it. So then Kenny King comes out. He says he should be in the main event. Well, he said he should be on TV more often. He also says that he should be in whoever is the X Division champion between Sonata and Tigre Uno. I was going to say El Torito, but it's Tigre Uno. And we'll be facing him next. So then we get the next, because now I forgot, we have the best of 3 series match. So this is Sonata defending the X Division Championship against Tigre Uno in a best of 3 series match. This is the second part, and we get Kenny King on commentary for this match because he said he wanted to get an up close look at them. good. I thought this match was good, but I thought the first one was a little bit better. Um, Sonata um, is kind of dominating him. He hits the TKO on Tiger Uno. He kicks out. Um, he goes for his little high cross move that he beat him with before, and then Tiger Uno rolls him up and he kicks out. And then Sonata goes to kick him, and this was kind of cool. He grabs his leg and throws him, and then hits I think he called it a Tiger 450 splash backwards, kind of for the win. So so now it's 2 out of 3. So now they're both 1-1 at Sacrifice. They're probably gonna have the rubble match, and they will go on, and the winner probably. I don't know who the winner could be right now. Bully Ray's backstage talking to someone, trying to hype him up for the tables match, and wants him to put Bobby Roode through a table. We get Bobby Roode's open tables match, and Gunner accepts the challenge, which I actually was surprised about. I was expecting it to be some jobber, but Gunner accepts it. They start fighting. Gunner throws Bobby Roode into the steel steps. Bobby Roode drop kicks Gunner, and you think he's gonna fall through the table, but he falls on the apron instead. They both fight because it's this table that's set up on the post, so they're both trying to bounce each other off the post. Gunner hits a high knee, and Bobby Roode kind of hits a spine buster. He kind of botched it because he didn't want to pick him up all the way for the spine buster. And then Gunner's getting all hyped up. He hit a move on him, and he's gonna give like a splash to Bobby Roode through the table. And then James Storm comes out, which I was expecting, and Gunner punches him. But then Bobby Roode grabs him and throws him, but the table kind of breaks, but it didn't really break. I think this was a botch. So Bobby Roode just gives him the Roode bomb through the table, and Roode gets the win. And then afterwards, Bobby Roode and James Storm attack him, and Bobby Roode wants to set, which is like a Beer Money reunion because they were a tag team as Beer Money, and he wants Roode to set him up with a super kick, but then Bully Ray comes out and chases him away. And backstage, Bully Ray wants Gunner to wipe off the tables because next week it's gonna be Bully Ray and Gunner versus Beer Money, which is James Storm and Bobby Roode, which should be a decent match. I expect and we also found out that at Sacrifice it's gonna be Bully Ray versus Bobby Roode in a tables match, and it's probably gonna be James Storm versus Gunner in some sort of like match, since they're still feuding. And then Superstars give the thoughts on Eric Young winning the world title. We got guys like Willow, who I wasn't expecting him. EC3, I don't know, and Taz. That's all I remember. And then we get Eric Young defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Abyss in a Monsters Ball match. I thought this match was better than I thought the first one was a little bit better, but this one was good too. Eric Young just immediately throws the weapons in the ring and starts going off on Abyss, and Abyss dominates him throughout the match. Kind of, he hits Eric Young with the trash can when he went for a suicide dive, and that's kind of what took the bad time for him. And Eric Young would try to come back. He threw Eric Young into the turnbuckle while there was a chair ledged into it, and then he ends up choke slamming Eric Young through the thumbtacks, which I thought was sick, and he kicks out of it. He goes to use Janice, and I think that actually ended up happening. And then he brings out this barbed wire board, and Eric Young drop kicks him into the board and hits an elbow and gets the win and retains the title. But I thought that this was a very good fight, and this was a very good TNA this week. I liked it. I liked the main event. I liked the knockouts match. I get trying to think of what else I liked. I liked Sonata versus Tiger Uno. I liked the tables match. And I liked Kurt Angle return. That kind of was a surprise. And MVP and Austin Aries stuff did good. So I like this week's episode of TNA. So that's pretty much it, guys. And I will be back soon to do my WrestleMania Fallout, I think it's 4 review. And my SmackDown review. So that's pretty much it, guys. Peace out.